friends, welcome to the finale of my 2024 12 Days of Christmas series. In this video, we are going to use this super cute pattern vinyl from Glamour Tribe Vinyl to make a non-traditional colored Christmas tumbler. We're going to use my favorite colors, pink and like a teal aqua color, and we're going to make a really cute tumbler. So to start out, I'm going to trim up this pattern vinyl. The name of this pattern is Embroidery Pink Santa. And like I said, it's from Glamour Tribe Vinyl, so I will have that linked down below for you along with a discount code. And what I'm doing here is selecting a section of the vinyl. You can make this as big or as small as you want. And I'm going to trim that out of my vinyl. So this can be, depending on the pattern you use, you can trim it from the top, you can pick a section from the middle like I did, from the bottom, it doesn't really matter. And I did not measure this before cutting it. I just picked the section I liked and then eyeballed the cut. I did use my paper trimmer to make sure I got a straight cut, but I just picked the section I liked, made sure that I didn't have any like heads cut off of Santa, you know what I mean? So I trimmed all of that up, and now I'm going to go into all of my measuring, and I'm going to base the rest of my tumbler on however big this section is. So this will depend on what size tumbler you're using, how big of a section you choose, and then you can also edit how many stripes and everything you want on the top and bottom of your tumbler too. So this whole technique and design is very customizable. So I'm using a 20-ounce skinny tumbler, which is about 8 inches tall. And then this section that I cut out was just about 5.5 inches long or tall, whatever. So I'm going to base all of my math again on those measurements. So I've got my 5.5-ish inch section of vinyl, and then I've got my 8-inch tumbler. And what I want to do is 2 glitter stripes on the top of the tumbler above the vinyl and 2 glitter stripes on the bottom below the vinyl. So the vinyl will go in the middle. So what I'm going to do is calculate how big each of those sections need to be. So I'm going to subtract 5.5 from 8.125 or whatever it is, the decimal of 8 and an eighth. And I'm going to take that number and then divide it by 4 to get the width of however big those sections need to be. So if you choose to do more stripes, you would just divide by the number of stripes you're going to have on your tumbler. And then that will give you how big each of those stripes need to be. Hopefully all of that makes sense. So after all of our math, we end up with 1 1/3 inches on each side of our tumbler, so 1.3. So I created a little vinyl stencil here. This is just a big strip of vinyl. And when I cut it out on my silhouette, I sized it to be, I don't know, like 11 inches long and then 1.3 inches in width. And I'm going to use that to help me mark where my vinyl is going to go, because I want obviously an equal amount of space at the top of the tumbler and then an equal amount of space at the bottom. So I'm going to put that on my cup lined up with the top rim, and then I'll use that straight edge at the bottom also to help me line up my pattern vinyl and make sure that all of that is straight. So what I'm going to do is take my strip of pattern vinyl, line that top edge up like I said, and then secure one end of the vinyl down with a piece of painter's tape, same way I always do with pattern vinyl. And then I'll remove a little bit of the backing, and then I'll push the rest of the vinyl onto the tumbler, pushing the backing away in the process. For the seam on this cup, I actually ended up doing something different than I normally do. So I started out by cutting my typical wavy line on my pattern vinyl, and then I noticed that I had half of Santa's face peeking out. And so I thought, maybe I can like piece this together and make it look a little more seamless. It's certainly not perfect, but I think it disguises the seam a little bit more than just having like half a Santa head on the back of our tumbler. So I ended up straightening out that seam line, and then I took the rest of the spare vinyl from when I did the wrap that I cut off, and I just tried to line up the image the best I could, and then I kind of cut around the rest of the vinyl to make it again look as seamless as I could. You certainly don't have to do this with your seams if you don't want to. You can cut a straight line, wavy line, however you like to do your seams on your pattern vinyl is totally fine. But if I can disguise a seam any way I can, I will certainly try my best to do so. After I have my vinyl applied, I'm going to mask off the entire vinyl section with my painter's tape. I am going to be doing some spray painting in just a little bit, so I figured I might as well just mask off the whole section now, and then I don't have to worry about it later. So once I've got the entire cup masked off, I'm going to do a little more math. I'm going to take that 1.3 inches that we have on either side of our tumbler, and I'm just going to divide it by 2 because that's how many stripes I want on the top and the bottom. And that will give us, again, the measurement that we need for each stripe. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did in the beginning. I'm going to cut out a little vinyl template or stencil that I can put down on the cup to help me get the right sizes. If you want to use like a standard size, or if you have like, let's say you're using a larger cup and your stripes are 1 inch, you can just use like 1-inch painter's tape if you want. You don't have to cut out a stencil. You can also just measure and make a mark and then tape it off if you'd rather do that. But I like going into my Silhouette Studio, typing in the exact number that I need, and then cutting out the vinyl stencil. I just think it's a whole lot easier that way, but of course, feel free to do whatever way you want. I want my bottom and top most stripe to be neon pink, so I'm using that stencil vinyl. It's not really stencil vinyl, but it's my stencil or my template or whatever. I'm gonna put that right up against our pattern vinyl section, as you can see. So we're gonna do that darker portion first. So once I've got that masked off, I'll take it outside and spray paint it. This is neon pink or fluorescent pink, whatever they call it, spray paint from Montana Colors. It's the best neon spray paint line I have ever used in my whole life. You can get it from sprayplanet.com. That's where I get mine. And it is so good. Like, it's vibrant even on stainless steel. So you don't have to do white underneath first, which I know some people do, but not with this spray paint. It is the best. So once I've spray painted the top and bottom of my tumbler, let it dry for about 30 to 45 minutes. I'm going to go in with some epoxy to apply my glitter. This is the Flynn Sisters Supply Shop Artist Cure epoxy, and I'm going to try and apply as thin of a layer as I can, just making sure that everything is nice and even and smooth, and then I'll go in with my glitter. The glitter I'm using is Talk to the Hand from Peachy Olive Glitters. It's a really pretty mini chunky. It also pairs really well with BELLE if you have that color. It's kind of like a mini chunky version of BELLE, just a little bit. I think they would go super, super well together if you're layering colors and want like the biggest punch of pink you can have. So I'm going to cover the top and bottom sections, of course, with this pink glitter. And then I'm going to right away, immediately after glittering, I do not want this epoxy to cure over all of this vinyl and everything that we have. So immediately after glittering, I'm going to remove those little strips of vinyl that I put down. And that's going to expose obviously the white section that we have, and we're just going to leave that section white because we're going to do white glitter here. So once we remove that vinyl striping, we can just set our tumbler aside and let it dry for, I would say, at least like 6 to 8 hours. I just let mine sit overnight and came back to it the next day. But I would say for regular setting epoxy, wait like 6 to 8 hours before you move on to your next step. So for this next stripe, I'm going to use Snow Confetti, also from Peachy Olive Glitters. It's another very mini chunky cut, really pretty iridescent white color. And to apply this glitter, I'm going to use the glitter glue from Adhesive Apothecary. If you want to do the epoxy method again, or whatever adhesive you used in the beginning, you absolutely can. I just thought it would be easier to apply my glue in this small section with a brush rather than trying to get a perfect application with epoxy method like in a gloved hand. I'm kind of clumsy and not very good with that kind of stuff. So I just use my glue on a brush, being very careful, of course, not to get any of that glue in my pink glitter sections. But if I did, it wouldn't be the worst thing because the white glitter over the pink is not going to make really that big of an impact. It's not going to like ruin the look or anything. That's why we always want to do our dark glitter colors first before moving into the light ones, because if you put a darker glitter over a lighter glitter that's already laid down, you're really going to see that contamination. But if you do it the other way, the light glitter over the dark glitter really won't ruin anything. So always go darkest first. The same way we did with our pink glitter and removing that vinyl striping, we want to remove all of this painter's tape immediately after glittering because we don't want that glitter glue to dry over our tape and make it harder to peel up than it needs to be. So I'm just going to do this right away, and then I'm going to let my cup sit and dry for probably like 30-45-ish minutes, and then I'll spray seal the whole tumbler with some clear gloss spray from Rust-Oleum. I'll do 2 coats of that. These can be kind of thinner coats. You don't want to go too thick and like gloop the spray paint on there. So 2 thin-ish coats is totally fine. I waited like 20 minutes in between each coat, and then I went in with 2 coats of epoxy. For each of my coats, I'm using the Artist Gear epoxy from Flynn Sisters Supply Shop, and they're probably like 20 milliliters a piece. So after those 2 coats, I did do a little bit of sanding, as you can see here, mostly on the glitter sections. The vinyl section obviously is going to be pretty smooth, so we don't need to do too much sanding there. But I wanted to make sure that the glitter sections were smooth so that when we go in and apply all of our vinyl striping, you don't see any glitter bumps underneath the vinyl. I thought it would be fun to finish the series using the same decal that I started the series with, so this is my hand-lettered Holly Jolly decal again that we used in the very first tutorial of the series, and we're going to do a double offset here as well. So for the bottom layer, I'm using my colorful pearl vinyl from TECKWRAP in the shade, I think it's Lilac, it might be pink, they're very similar, I can't really tell the difference to be completely honest. Either one will work with this color scheme though. And then for the middle layer, I'm using the Aqua Blue Bubble Free Mirror Chrome Vinyl, also from TECKWRAP. And then for the top layer of the decal, I'm going to use that same colorful pearl vinyl, just in white, which is my absolute favorite. I could use that for everything. It's really getting up there with the champagne gold textured metallic vinyl, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to start to apply my decal onto my tumbler. I just found an area of the cup that didn't have a lot of like Santa going on here, kind of like an open space in the vinyl. So it's not exactly on the front, like the seam is just a little bit on the other side of the decal, if that makes sense. It's not like directly on the back, which was fine with me. I would have rather put the decal in this open space rather than on the like what you would call the front of the tumbler and then cover up a really cute Santa face. So put the decal wherever you want, but just letting you know why I put my decal where I did. Once we have the decal applied, we can move on to the vinyl striping. And I'm going to use the same vinyl that I used for the decal in my striping, but I'm going to do 2 separate, I guess, like styles of striping, you would say. So for the 2 strips in between the pattern vinyl and the white glitter, I'm going to take some thicker stripes or strips, whatever you want to say, of the colorful pearl pink or lilac vinyl, and I'm going to lay that down, and then a little bit later you'll see I'm going to layer a thinner strip of the colorful pearl white vinyl over the top of that right in the middle, so you'll see a little bit of that pink vinyl poking through. And then for the strips in between the pink and white glitter, I'm going to lay 2 thin strips of the bubble free mirror chrome aqua blue vinyl, and I'll just put those one of them in the like direct middle of the two glitter sections, and then I'll put another one right on top of or below it, so they'll just be right next to each other. And then that will be our vinyl striping. Of course, feel free to do whatever kind of funky, crazy, or very simple thing you want to do with the striping. I feel like this is an opportunity to add a little bit of extra like flair to your design. So don't be afraid. You can add multiple stripes like I'm doing. You can put strips of vinyl like in your glitter sections if you want to make it really, really visually interesting. You can do a lot of things with striped tumblers. They don't have to just be super simple and like not boring, because simple I think is beautiful, but you can do a lot of really fun things here. So feel free, of course, like I always say, have fun with your design, try something new, and just see what happens. In worst case scenario, you don't like it and you take the vinyl off and you do it again. I've done that many a time. So once you've got your vinyl on your tumbler, you can move right into your final coats of epoxy. For my final coats, I'm using still the Flynn Sisters Supply Shop Artist Cure epoxy. Each of my final coats was about the same as my other ones, like 20-ish milliliters, and that's it. So that's it for this tumbler tutorial. That's it for the 12 Days of Christmas series this year. I really hope you all enjoyed the series. If you've been around my channel for a while, you know that this is like my favorite time of the year. I love putting together these videos for you. I love doing the 12 Days of Christmas, and I hope you all enjoyed these videos. As always, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are not already so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I will still be uploading according to my normal uploading schedule every Tuesday and Saturday. And I'm really excited for the rest of this year and 2025. I think it's going to be a great year. I have a lot of fun things planned, so I hope you're all ready for some fun. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you very, very soon, and you guys are the best. Okay, love you. Bye.